Spanish adjectives. In this unit, we are going to go beyond the basics. You need to know the gender, the number, and the basics about adjectives. Adjectives in Spanish seem to be pretty easy, but we need to learn a little more. So far, all the adjectives that we have studied have a masculine and a feminine form, with the ending in O for masculine and the ending in A for feminine. For example, americano, americana. These adjectives are the easiest to learn, but not all Spanish adjectives follow that model. There are adjectives that also have a masculine form and a feminine form, but different to the variation O and A that we have seen in adjectives like alto or alta. For example, the adjective hardworking, trabajador, trabajadora. Let's see some examples. A hardworking boy, un chico trabajador. A hardworking girl, una chica trabajadora. Some hardworking boys, unos chicos trabajadores. Some hardworking girls, unas chicas trabajadoras. Notice that the plural of trabajador follows the general rule of the plural in Spanish, and we say trabajadores and not trabajadoros, which is a mistake. Another example is the adjective Spanish, español, española. A Spanish man, un hombre español. A Spanish woman, una mujer española. Some Spanish men, unos hombres españoles. Some Spanish women, unas mujeres españolas. Notice that we already learned the word español when it referred to the language. For example, when we say a class of Spanish, una clase de español, or a teacher of Spanish, un profesor de español. In those cases, Spanish is always a noun and it is always masculine. However, the word español can also be an adjective, like in the examples that we have seen. In those cases, it can vary between masculine and feminine, singular and plural. One more example is the adjective English, inglés, inglesa. An English program, un programa inglés. An English school, una escuela inglesa. Some English programs, unos programas ingleses. Some English schools, unas escuelas inglesas. Notice that we have here a case very similar to the word español with the word inglés. English can refer to the language, like when you say a book in English, un libro en inglés. In that case, it is a noun and it is always masculine. However, English can also be an adjective, like when you say an English actor, un actor inglés, or English history, historia inglesa. In those cases, it can vary between masculine and feminine, singular and plural. You have also noticed that in Spanish, we don't need to capitalize the words that refer to languages or nationalities. American, americano. Italian, italiano. Spanish, español. English, inglés. And now that we know this, we need to go back and check some nouns that we learned before, like profesor, director, conductor, doctor. In the practice units, it was always specified male teacher, male principal, male driver, male doctor. However, there is a feminine variation for all those nouns. Profesor, profesora, director, directora, conductor, conductora, doctor, doctora. So far we have used only the masculine form, but from now on we will be using both. For example, a hardworking male teacher, un profesor trabajador. A hardworking female teacher, una profesora trabajadora. Some hardworking male teachers, unos profesores trabajadores. Some hardworking female teachers, unas profesoras trabajadoras. It is important that you know that these examples show general rules in Spanish, but you will find exceptions. For example, although the word actor means actor, we don't say actora to mean actress. Instead, we say actriz, actress. The ending ora is very common in Spanish for adjectives and nouns. In the case of adjectives, it normally indicates a variation in gender, like trabajador, trabajadora. In the case of nouns, you will find many variations and you will have to learn each particular case at the right time. For now, the general rule that you have learned will be more than enough. Next step, practice with adjectives, practice more with I, or study the verb ser, to be. Thank you for watching.